Coming off the heels of one of the deadliest conflicts in human history, World War II, fear of invasion and nuclear devastation entered the American zeitgeist. No more was this ominous sentiment better reflected than within cinema. Although there were comedies, dramas, musicals, westerns, and even some animated features, science fiction films with larger-than-life creatures would come to dominate the movie-going landscape of the 1950s. In many ways, the monster flicks of this era were the precursors to disaster films throughout the 1970s. You had The Thing from Another World, The Fly, Invasion of the Body Snatchers, Invaders from Mars, and perhaps the most popular among all of these, at least by today, Godzilla. One film from this time frame that doesn't get talked about much is 1954's Them. A story about government officials trying to stop giant ants that were mutated after exposure to atomic radiation. And it looks like there's a remake in development. According to Sci-Fi Wire, it's being helmed by Michael Giacchino. Now, I'm not gonna lie, I didn't really know who this dude was. I had to Google him. But after seeing his resume, he's got some pretty incredible work under his belt. He's done a lot of composing work for Pixar, the two most notable of which were his Oscar-worthy score for Up, and also he won 3 Grammys for Ratatouille for the soundtrack, which, you know, that's pretty cool. So he's got some talent, he's got some skill. However, I'm not really sure, you know, how he is as a director. And by the way, this picture right here, honestly, that kind of freaks me out. Like, if this was me out there, even knowing that this is a prop or some practical effects, just seeing that, you know, that's kind of terrifying in itself, let alone if it was real or not. Now, according to here, it says, with Marvel Studios' Werewolf by Night, oh, that's probably where I recognize his name, but I have not seen Werewolf by Night. I know it's supposed to be like a TV special, and I'm pretty sure that's his only, the only project that he's directed, so I can't really speak to how I feel about his direction, because I haven't seen that. But if you've seen the film, or not film, the TV special, Werewolf by Night, let me know in the comments what your thoughts are on that, and what are your thoughts about him, you know, making his feature directorial debut with them. Now, he had an opportunity, oh, I'll just read it. He had an opportunity to indulge his unabashed love for classic horror cinema, particularly the Universal-produced monster mashes of the 30s, 40s, and 50s. His keen eye for a retro genre aesthetic caught the attention of Warner Brothers Pictures. And then it goes on to talk about how they pretty much got him to be the director for this film and push his vision forward. And he corroborated, I can't say talk right now. Why can't I say that? And he corroborated this news by sharing an article on Twitter.
Alright, you bad, okay.
Hey Phil, that wasn't so hard.
Now, I don't use Twitter, but if you do, cool beans. It's just not really a thing for me. It just feels like there's too much drama, and I'm not really about that, so. But anyways, he's currently in the process of meeting with screenwriters and hopes to kick off production sooner rather than later. He also plans to involve his brother Anthony, who oversaw the making of documentary for Werewolf by Night. Yeah, and then again, the article here talks about how them took place during the Cold War, and it was basically a reflection of the times. And yeah, I think this could go one of two ways, at least how I would imagine it. It could go the eight-legged freaks route, where it's kind of like these big monsters, and it's kind of, even though there's horror elements and it can be horrific, there's a lot of goofiness and silliness to it, and that's one direction I could see. Or it could go the route of Godzilla, where it's just giant monsters that are destroying buildings, eating people, or, you know, whatever it is, stepping on people, and, you know, just complete mayhem, and it's more of a serious tone. And I think that's honestly going to be the route that they go with this, but I'm not really sure. Yeah, and then reading a little bit further down here, it says, there's always a movie in your mind that never leaves your head, according to, that's what Giacchino said. I think I said his name differently from last time, but, you know, again, sorry if I butchered the last name. Giacchino, that's what, pretty sure what it's supposed to be. And he also plans to score the project, which I think is a fantastic idea, knowing some of the stuff that he's done already. He definitely is good in the audio aspect of films, so I think that's a good idea. Again, I'm not really sure how good he's going to be at directing this, though, because I have not seen Werewolf by Night, and I don't really know his full, complete vision for this. But according to, let's see, down here, this one is going to be about immigration. I'm trying to think of how do I word this without sounding too political. I think we should have protected borders, but at the same time, you shouldn't separate families. And then, I'm trying to think. I don't know. I'm not really going to talk too much about it because I don't want people to be like, oh, you're against immigration or you're for immigration. Like, you want the borders to be open completely. Or, like, there's always going to be somebody on either side of the fence, no pun intended, that will say one thing or the other. And I don't really want to get too much into that. I'm already rambling on a little bit about what my thoughts are on it. But I think as long as they can tell some sort of compelling story, I mean, granted, it's a movie about giant ants. If they can tell some sort of compelling story and then just have complete mayhem and destruction and just, you know, really at the end of the day, if it's a dumb, fun movie about giant ants that destroy things, honestly, I'd probably be fine with that. As long as it's not too dumb, you know. But yeah, I don't know. Let me know what your guys' thoughts are on this down in the comments. And my dog's barking. I gotta go. I'll catch you guys later. Thanks for tuning in. If you like this video, don't forget to check out my other stuff on my channel. And if you enjoy horror and nostalgia content, consider subscribing. Maybe I'll see you around, and I'll catch you later. Peace.